I'll steak this time. Garganackle. Leftovers. Let's think about this now. Just gonna run it back this time. We'll see what changes. Nice tech. So I'm thinking this Arcanine must be sashed. No, it can't be sashed because Masquerade is sashed. I mean, a scarf. That's what I meant to say. How do I lose this here? So Life Orb, okay. So I was willing to let Lopunny go down there to get the Masquerada because Greninja's in the back. So if this causes a miss, okay, I think the game is over now. Game. Alright, Goodra. What a game. Is that a 4-0 for Goodra? Alright, good game, good game. Alright, so I'm just gonna start by giving Synth Mage here a little shout out. I've been using their video music in the background of some of my videos. Really like the you know, the epic feel to it, the late 80s, early 90s, Dragon Force kind of, just like the sound of it. And then obviously the wizards, you know. Alright, enough about that, let's talk about the game. So in prep, I kind of had to go back and think about what I did in the first matchup. I think my team matches up really well into Kira's team. It's just finding the right pieces. And last time I did belly to drum Azumarill, and I had Scarf Cleaver and Sash Typhlosion. And the reason I had Sash Typhlosion is because if he had Scarf Masquerada, I would not be able to outspeed. No one on my team would be able to be fast enough. So with that, so I had Sash on Typhlosion so that I could take the hit and then levy one back, and then with any kind of priority move he has, because Meowscarada can learn Sucker Punch, right? So I just wanted to make sure that Typhlosion could survive a shot and deal damage back. I didn't watch all the game. I just watched a little bit of highlights from it, just kind of remember some of the things. And with that, I decided that obviously Azumarill did really good, so there's going to be something for Azumarill. I assume Masquerada was coming this time because it didn't come last time. And I think, Frostlass has to come. I knew Melodic was going to come, and I thought Tinkaton was going to come. I thought Tauros was going to come back, but Tauros did not come back because it was pretty good, Scarf Tauros last time. So this is the mods I decided for because fighting type, he kind of really got me good with some of the Tauros close combats. So I wanted a way to kind of avoid that. And Typhlosion being Ghost, coming back, but this time instead of Sash, I did Scarf. I thought Meowscarada could come, but in my head, I decided, hey, why am I being dumb? Lopunny can hit Fake Out. So Lopunny, Typhlosion, lead the game off. Fake Out Meowscarada if it's Scarf, blow it up with Eruption. If not, then Fake Out whoever is Scarfed and hit him with Eruption, right? That was the game plan for game 1. Lopunny, Typhlosion. When I saw his team, obviously Garganacl, Melodic aren't weak to Eruption, but I didn't think they were both coming. So I just stayed with the game plan, and Aqua Berry for Tinkaton was a nice tech to make sure that it survived Eruption. Sash with Meowscarada, so it would have survived Eruption. So it was a good lead from his point into the Lopunny Typhlosion for at least taking a shot. But that's the issue. You still had to take the shot. So once I got that off, the rest of the game was just trying to get rid of Meowscarada. Didn't know what his moves were or anything like that, but Meowscarada was just a huge threat to my team. The ability for Protean to change your typing, it's super fast. I didn't know if Frostlass came or not, but Lopunny just fits really well into Frostlass with Scrappy. So I wasn't too worried about that. There was a little worry for Arcanine, but that's why I have Water Shuriken on Greninja with Life Orb. Realistically, for Greninja, Dark Pulse was the one move I didn't know if I was going to be able to use at all this week, and I didn't at all. So, but Grass Knot was actually teched for Melodic, but with Garganacl, I knew that it should do the same thing. So I'm glad that Greninja was able to show off a little bit this week. I was happy with the whole team. Game 1, pretty smooth. Lopunny just dominating with the Fake Out, close combats. Greninja with the Grass Knot on Garganacl, and then Typhlosion just fast eruptions. I knew I kind of pinned him a couple times where he had to make a choice with like the extra sensory into Meowscarada, or he didn't know I had that, so he saw that I didn't really do that much, so I figured he'd let me probably get a shot off because Garganacl is so slow. If he would have hit into Greninja, or into Typhlosion, I forget what would have happened. Lopunny was still in the back, so I still had good chance to come back and do some damage, and Greninja was still available. At that point, it's probably 50-50s the rest of the way after the Meowscarada into Goodra or into Typhlosion. And at that point he was stab fighting, so I don't know if he brought up Dark Move on Meowscarada. I didn't see any. Game 2, it was let's go back, right? Let's do it all over again. Lopunny, Typhlosion, Goodra, Greninja. Make him make the move to threaten that lineup. And the Garganacl Meowscarada read was decent, I thought. But I knew I could pin Garganacl into Wide Guard with just hit Eruption, right? Like, at any point, I don't think Garganacl was going to take Typhlosion in one hit. Most likely its rock move was a purifying move, so it probably wasn't going to take Typhlosion in one shot. So I could just keep hitting that, right? And just get damage down. Because at that point, if I could get damage down, then I could bring in Greninja and Goodra to kind of clean up the game with Lopunny. The Zen Headbutt wasn't a surprise, but Garganacl just wasn't that threatening. Especially after hitting the Zen Headbutt, it was like, okay, now that I know that he has it, I can just avoid that and finish him off at any time because he's just so slow. So once I got into the position where Melodic was in, Garganacl was in, there wasn't a lot of damage on the board from inside. I can move my guys around, kind of get my guys going. Took out Garganacl, Meowscarada comes in, but I'm threatening Meowscarada. Meowscarada comes out, Arcanine comes in, but at that point again, I'm kind of threatening to knock him out, so I just go into Arcanine, get rid of Arcanine, and then it was Melodic and Meowscarada left, and I left Lopunny out on an island there to let him have a chance to take him with Meowscarada if he wanted to, but in return take Meowscarada, right, with Goodra. Once he protected, I was 100% confident I was going to win. Can't crit anymore. No longer stab, brick break. I could have sheltered and just kept Goodra up forever if I needed him at that point. But just got to get Meowscarada off the board and then take care of Melodic, which you saw the Giga Impact, Thunderbolt, cleaned it up pretty well. Good games, good season for Kira. I don't know up to this season if I'd beaten Kira. I know I beat him in like one of the tournaments and stuff, but in like Draft League itself, Season 1 Kira whooped my ass, and then like Season 2 I think we played again, and I think he whooped my ass again. So this season's been pretty good for me versus Kira, and I think that mostly comes down to Lopunny just being into a really hard matchup for his team. So like, thank you Lopunny is what I'm trying to say here. It's like Kira is a really good player, and whenever I get a chance to play really good players, I'm pretty excited about that. I like winning, just like all of us, but I do like really good games, and I felt like Kira is a really good player, so it's always nice to play him. Like him, everybody in the draft league's really good players, but I do get excited for players that I've lost to multiple times, trying to, beat them either the first or second time. So thanks again, Kira. Great games, and hope you had fun and had a great season, dude. Bye.